2023 has been a bad year for our favorite, veteran NHL hockey players. This guy had a tremendous talent, was one of the first pure stars of the Washington Capitals. Basically excelled every place he played, be it the major leagues or the minors. And when he passed on December 9th, he left a lot of fans and family to mourn. So, ladies and gentlemen, bad news, unfortunately. Hartland Monahan has passed away. Now, selected by the California Golden Seals from Montreal to the OHA in the 1971 NHL draft, it came to major prominence with Laval of the QJHL in '69. In 2 seasons with Montreal, as part of a good defensive forward system he had 67 points in the 97 regular season games. He also won the Memorial Cup in Montreal in 1970, scoring 4 goals in 8 games. Now, born again March 29, 51 in Montreal, he made his home in Laval West. His first contract in the NHL was 1971, but only debuted in the NHL in March 1574 when the Golden Seals took on Pittsburgh. His final NHL game was a playoff contest where St. Louis played Pittsburgh in 1981. Now, he never won a Stanley Cup. He was hard to find the ice because his number kept on shifting. He wore number 17 with California, 15 with the Rangers, 12 with the Capitals, 8 with Pittsburgh, 12 with LA, and 23 his last year with St. Louis. Now, he played in a 1975 Providence team that won the AHL regular season title. He was an All-Star second team with Providence in 1975. He set a Washington record since broken for points in one period with 4, 3 goals and 1 assist, in the third session of the Capitals' November 7th game, 75 versus Pittsburgh. He scored goals at 1:44 to third to tie the game 3-3, at 6:33 to make it 4-4, and at 17:39 to make it 6-6. He also assisted on a goal by Nelson Payet that gave the Capitals a short-lived 5-4 lead. He led Washington with 29 assists in 1970-76, and he said he would set the Washington record again since broken for assists by a rookie with 29 in 1976. A lot of promise, but when he got to Washington, it all came forward. Now, ironically, he had a lot of suitcase moves. He was traded by California to New York Rangers for the great Brian Lavender September 23rd, 74. On June 17, 75, he was claimed by the Capitals from the Rangers in the NHL Intra-League Draft, and which led to his great rookie campaign. He was eventually traded by Washington to Pittsburgh for, get this, a first-round pick in 79, which was later traded as well. He was also traded by Pittsburgh with Sil Apps to LA for Dave Schultz on November 2nd, 77. As well in the deal, Gene Carr and a 78th round pick, Shane Pearsall. On June 13, 79, he was claimed by Quebec from LA in the NHL expansion draft, but the rights were sold by Quebec to St. Louis. Now, injuries were a big part of his career, and we're going there because he had some bad ailments. He missed part of the 71 season with a broken wrist, an injury suffered while throwing a check during Montreal's October 1870 game versus Kitchener. He missed part of the 73 season with torn ligaments in his right knee, an injury suffered during Salt Lake's training camp in October 72. He did not make his 73 regular season debut until Salt Lake's November 10, 72 contest versus Phoenix. He also missed part of the 74 season with a hamstring injury suffered during Salt Lake's October 5th, 73 preseason game versus Albuquerque at Tucson. He also did not make his 74 regular season debut until Salt Lake's November 2nd, 73 game at Seattle. Now, in tribute to his great talent, a new arena in his hometown of Laval West was officially named in his honor on March 29th, 2015. Now, because he was traded twice early in the 78 season, he appeared in 3 teams' media guides that year. The big line, of course, him and Bert Wilson and Pete Stemkowski really put the pedal to the metal for LA in 78. He was very active in community and charitable causes during his years in Washington. Now, also known as Hart, nickname, of course, post-draft teams go to Baltimore, Columbus, Salt Lake, Providence, and Springfield. Now, he also settled in the Atlanta area after retirement. He eventually became the son-in-law of Hockey Hall of Famer Bernie Boom Boom Geoffriot when he married Geoffriot's daughter Linda in 73. He is the brother-in-law of former NHL player Danny Geoffriot and former minor leaguer Bob Geoffriot. He's also father of former Major League Baseball outfielder Shane Monahan. He's also uncle of former NHL player Blake Geoffriot. Now, Montreal Junior Canadiens again After those 2 years, he ended up with Baltimore. Split the time that year between Baltimore and the Columbus Golden Seals, 9 goals in 56 contests in the AHL and the IHL. With Salt Lake in the WHL, he scored 32 goals over 2 seasons. Only one contest in 74 with California, and then with the 75 with the Rangers, he only played in 6 regular season games. Still rookie eligible in 76, 46 points. 77, he had 50 points, including 23 goals. Split year with LA and Pittsburgh in 78, 12 goals in 71 games, and he did get into the playoffs for the first time. 79, back in the minors for the whole season. Big number, 66 points in 76 games, 30 goals. And St. Louis in 1980, 5 goals, 12 assists for 17 points. And the injury-riddled season in 81, 4 goals in 25 contests with one playoff game. Now, again, the Seals, I don't really know why the Nazi gave up on it, but maybe just because they were trying like different line movements that didn't include him. Now, the Capitals were looking for somebody with a little bit of grit and determination. That's what he gave. And that was sort of the ongoing growth of Washington as a team. Bob Sirois as well was there at the time. Yvon Labre, they were getting better and better all the time. Now, the Nordiques, again, maybe were thinking he was going to make camp, but it didn't work out. Now, 334 NHL games, 61 contests, and 80 assists. But my old friend Alan Globinski always told me what a nice guy he was, tremendous teammate and tremendous, person. And for all of the people who, like Alan, who played with Hartland, I'm thinking of you guys today. Like I said, he was a cool head. Now, he had a manager for UPS for a number of years in Atlanta. And he was also director, of course, we talked about that, of OnlineDonations.us, a team and educational fundraising company located in the Atlanta metro area. So 72, a life well lived. But like I said, I still remember there was Hockey Night in Canada where Hartland was on the ice and the announcer said, this guy is a talent. We remember him in the Q League and, took a while to get NHL, but he's here to stay. And Hartland will be missed. Like I said, a lot of people credit him as being one of the original, not say heartthrobs of the Capitals, a nice looking guy, but he gave legitimacy to the Washington Capitals. Wasn't a bunch of rejects. He was a guy that fought hard to get to NHL and fought hard to stay there. Wasn't scared to give a hit. Wasn't scared to have a tough shift. And like I said, the injuries really limited his career, although they weren't major nagging as bad, because Hartland wasn't, he wasn't that big of a player. I mean, most years, if I'm not mistaken, he was only 170 pounds, 5'11", so a little bit smaller than the current crop of players. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to miss your Hartland Monahan. If you like what we're doing here with our podcast channel, give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And don't forget requests are always accepted and always highly considered. Have a good one.